With us now is JC Parets, who is the founder and editor of allstarcharts.com. JC, thanks for being here.
Happy to be here. Are you kidding me?
So this isn't your first time at Stocktoberfest in Coronado, is it? You've been here before.
I've been to all of them.
And how has it changed over the years? Why do you keep coming back?
Well, Howard calls me up. He's like, JC, I got a spot for you. Can you talk about your charts and tell everybody what you think about the world? And obviously, I'm happy to do it. But selfishly, I have a lot of friends, in the FinTech community, in the investing community, in the financial media community, and this event really brings all of that together. So it's really one of those unique experiences where they're all kind of like in one place. There's a lot of faces that I only get to see once a year here, and everybody gets together, and it turns into a big party at the Dell every night, and deals get done and word's gotten out.
So you mentioned that Howard calls you, wants you to talk about your charts. So you run this business, allstarcharts.com. Can you tell our audience a little bit about what it is?
Sure. I became a technician and really started analyzing price behavior and supply and demand dynamics, which is what makes markets move, not the storytelling that goes behind it, but actually real buyers and sellers. So I really got in that world in 2005 and 2006. So I've really been doing it for over a decade. And I've been managing money for hedge funds, different RIAs and things of that nature. And I had all of this homework that only I was seeing, even though I would only pick and choose certain investments. So I put it out there, and people wanted to buy my homework. Terrific. If they didn't, I have to do it anyway.
So who's reading this content? Is it institutional investors? Are they individual investors? Who's your audience?
Sure, all of the above, right? So individual investors can afford it. It's very affordable. I mean, it's $1,000 a year, so it works out to less than $100 a month. But believe it or not, a huge segment are professionals. Traders at hedge funds, for example, they get a certain allowance that they get to spend on any research they'd like from independent parties. So I have a big segment. Not to mention, the registered investment advisory world. Guys and gals that manage money for others on a professional level. The sell side analyst world is just not what it once was. The information you're getting from those guys is not really as dependable as maybe it once was. So they go out and look for independent providers like myself, and I think I provide a good service for them. They like it.
So a big trend, a big topic of the event this weekend is all about FinTech. And technology is obviously disrupting a lot of different areas of financial services. Robo-advising is disrupting wealth management. You have P2P payments, which is disrupting money transfer. In talking about using knowledge, using sell-side research to inform investors, how has that space changed with technology?
Yeah, well, the space has changed overall because, the market is just different, right? It's priced different. The spreads and the commissions aren't what they used to be. There's no need to have that sell side desk anymore in the equities market anyway. Not to mention, if you're a sell side analyst, it's very difficult for your employer to quantify the value that you're bringing to the table. So it just has become just a messy part of the industry, and everybody has tried to find their research from independent providers. So I think that there's a big void to fill there, and I think if you can deliver solid content with actionable ideas and easily digestible format, there's a huge market for it.
Now, we talk a lot about technology on Cheddar, technology stocks. Millennials tend to be our core audience. What would you say is going on in the big cap tech sector right now in markets? Is it a good time to get in? Are there certain opportunities there? Are there certain trades that you think are a good opportunity?
Yeah, it's a very interesting space because remember, technology represents over a fifth of the entire S&P 500, represents 21%. So this is the biggest sector in America. Other countries don't have that technology exposure. Perhaps they're more into energy and materials, right? So the U.S. has that distinct ability to have those technology companies, and not to mention tech has really underperformed the last decade and a half, and we are now coming out of a 14-year base in technology relative to the S&P 500. That is very powerful. So when you see that, I think it'd be irresponsible to ignore it. You have companies like Apple and Microsoft together is $1 trillion in market cap. I like them both.
And it's only getting bigger, right? Snapchat just announced that Morgan Stanley and Goldman is going to be its IPO banker.
Sure.
Do you think this is going to be a bellwether for more tech IPOs in 2017?
I can't speak on that behalf, right? So my area of expertise is really in the already publicly traded markets that have that price data. So something like a Snapchat, although it's a great product and everything like that, it's really above my pay grade.
Are investors hungry for more big cap tech stocks?
It certainly feels that way. And again, not just Microsoft and Apple, but Google and Intel and Cisco and all these old school names are really breaking out of decade-long bases. I got to tell you, it's really, really powerful. So although the Snapchats and things like that are great and it's a sexy story and all that, the big money, the big institutional money can't dabble in those little guys. They're going into the space that's liquid enough for them, and we're seeing it.
Great. JC Parets, allstarcharts.com. Thanks for being with us.
Yeah, thank you.